Quick note, this is an AI-assisted recap made for learning, not the original video, and not an official translation. In 2026, US AI researcher Nathan Lambert, who leads post-training at the Allen Institute, toured China's top AI labs. He came to meet the organizations behind the models. His stops included Alibaba, Moonshot, Zhipu, Meituan, Xiaomi, and more. He wasn't chasing leaderboard rankings, he wanted the people, the culture, and the industrial ecosystem behind China's models. The first thing that struck him wasn't the models at all, it was the people. Across these labs, the engineering teams are remarkably, almost startlingly young. At Moonshot, the maker of Kimi, he kept thinking the same thing, these people are all so young. Fresh graduates are running serious frontier research. That youth brings speed and hunger, and a willingness to try things older organizations wouldn't. For Lambert, the human energy was the real headline of the trip. A pattern he saw everywhere was what he calls a technology ownership mindset. Chinese companies overwhelmingly want to build and control their own foundation models. Rather than simply renting a model through an API, many firms would rather own the core technology outright, even at real cost. Owning it is treated as strategic. This mindset helps explain why so many Chinese labs train models in-house. Control over the technology feels safer than depending on someone else's platform. At companies like Meituan and Xiaomi, Lambert saw AI pushed straight into live products. These are super apps and devices with hundreds of millions of daily users. That scale is a huge advantage. Every day, real people use these features, generating feedback that flows back to improve the models and the products around them. Instead of treating AI as a research demo, these firms wire it into services people already rely on. The goal is usefulness at massive scale, right now. Open models, Lambert argues, have become China's calling card to the world. By releasing capable models openly, Chinese labs reach developers everywhere, far beyond their borders. Then comes his most provocative claim. In his view, on open models the United States has already lost the race, and Nvidia may be its one remaining hope. It's a strong opinion, and he frames it as his own read, not settled fact. Still, it captures how central open models have become to China's strategy. A common claim is that China trails the US by 6 to 9 months. Lambert asks whether that gap is truly fixed, or quietly closing over time. He also heard a more grounded view at 01.ai, not every company actually needs a state-of-the-art model. For many real products, good enough is genuinely good enough. That reframes the whole contest. If the frontier isn't the only prize, then chasing the absolute best model matters less than shipping something useful and affordable. Lambert draws a sharp contrast in what keeps each side awake. American labs tend to worry about the distant future. Chinese labs worry about compute, right now. He heard that compute is the single biggest anxiety inside Chinese labs. With chip access limited, raw computing power becomes the hard ceiling on what they can build. That's exactly why domestic chips matter so much. Building a homegrown supply of computing power is seen as essential to keeping China's AI ambitions alive and growing. Beneath the loud debates sits a quieter weakness, data. Lambert points to the whole data industry and the feedback loops that turn everyday usage into better models. Great models aren't only about compute and clever architecture. They also need high-quality data pipelines and steady streams of real user feedback to keep improving over time. This is an area where he thinks China still has real work to do. Building that data machinery is less visible than chips, but just as decisive. The most exciting question, for Lambert, is the application layer. This is where AI meets real products, and where China's super app habits already run remarkably deep. Chinese users are used to doing everything inside a few giant apps. That behavior could let China move faster at turning AI into products people actually use daily. So even if the US leads on the raw frontier, Lambert suspects China may pull ahead where AI actually reaches ordinary users at everyday scale. Lambert's big takeaway is not that one side simply wins. The US and China are running the same race down very different paths, each with real strengths. America leads on the raw research frontier. China leads on speed, engineering culture, and getting AI into the hands of hundreds of millions of real users. Where the next stop of this race lands, no one fully knows yet. The full interview is linked in the description, so go watch it. See you next time.